Actually had a kind of a little bit of a rough crash out there in the field. I had flew it too far out of range. You know, I wanted to see how far it would go. And this is a really heavy quadcopter. You know, its size is not that great, but the weight, the heft of it is really heavy. And it did a little, you know, a little number on the arms here. I kind of used some CA glue, kind of put it back together. You know, it didn't split. It just kind of stressed everything. You could see where there was like stress fractures kind of in there. And I'll tell you what actually did it in was when I actually flew it to LBC. That kind of it didn't land on the grass. It landed on like a hard piece of it was dirt, but it was hard. A lot of rocks. So that kind of did it in. So we're gonna make sure we don't fly to LBC no more. What I did was I went ahead and did my little battery alarm modification. I just cut a little slot here in this thing here. I hope you guys can see this because I'm using my Mobius cam and I'm not really, the angle on this thing is kind of weird. It's kind of hard to get the angle right, but hope you guys are seeing this. I cut a little slot here and then you can hang your wire out the slot, and I put a little Velcro on here so I can put my alarm on there, voltage alarm. And we're gonna go ahead and do a little flying. Actually, sound like somebody else is already flying. Got a helicopter up there, but we're not going that high, so don't have to worry about it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and arm this thing. It does have an on and off switch, which is really nice. I like those. Makes it much easier. You just turn it on, and then you could have your battery already ready to go. We're going to turn this screen on too. Not that you guys will probably be able to see it, but we are going to use the screen just to give me an idea. If I go a little far, at least I can see which way I'm facing. I could record the flight, but I'm just in front of my house, guys, and honestly, I already have some footage of this from the park, so I'm not going to do that. Let's do a little flying here. Alright, we are in high rate, which I don't want to be in, because high rate has the auto flip, so we're going to fly in medium rate. Now I noticed since that crash, the little extra vibration I noticed. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me land this and turn this volume off. That's very annoying volume. They have this volume from the quadcopter, but all you can hear is like the props. Alright. It's like it might have thrown the shaft off a little bit when I crashed, because I could see where the shafts aren't perfectly spinning balanced anymore. Might be the props as well, but she does still fly pretty good. You know, you really can't tell in the air. Couldn't tell in the video either. I don't see a lot of vibration too much, but it does make an extra little noise though that it wasn't making before the crash. So we will maybe try to put some new props on there and see if it makes a difference. Also, I'll check the balance on these old ones. I'm sure they're off because they got a lot of chips in them, and just from the crash. Well, actually 2 crashes, but let's go out here and fly a little bit. I like this quad though. I think it's kind of a unique idea with the Cyma X8 motors, or K70 motors, but no gears, just direct drive. Kind of a neat thing, I think. Like I said, the only drawback on this quad that I see so far, well actually there's 2 drawbacks. One is that the motors get hot. They really do. And I might try to switch props to see if we can get a different prop setup so it will run a little cooler. But I believe that's why they use the gear reduction with these motors, is because they do get hot direct drive. But so far it's been, you know, seems to be able to handle it. I'm just not sure how long the motors are going to last for. But they're like $3 each, so it's no big deal. As long as they don't go out in mid-flight and then, you know, you destroy the quadcopter. That's the only thing I worry about. But She does fly really good. Kind of similar to like a racing quad, being direct drive and all. The only thing is, I wish you could use the high rate, because I bet this thing would be ballistic in high rate. It just has that dreaded auto flip problem, so, which is a shame because the yaw seems to increase, and so does the pitch and roll in high rate. Oh, and the other drawback, besides the LBC obviously, but I fixed that problem. I put an alarm on the back, and the motor's getting hot. What was the other drawback? Screen looks good on this too, actually. The FPV is actually pretty good on this one. Might change the angle. Oh, that's what the other drawback is. I just realized it too when I went out there. The other drawback is the range. This has really limited range, but has about 100 meters, which is like 300 and something feet. So honestly, it's not too bad. It's just not equal to the K-Dang or the Cyma X8. But yeah, alarm's going off, so she is getting low. Flight times aren't that long either. That's another thing. Alright. Yeah, so the range is limited. I mean, I would be scared actually to go over to that fence right there, because there's a good chance I could lose it and it could end up in the pond. But honestly, my 200 QX doesn't have extremely good range either, and I'd be scared to do the same flight, you know. So I mean, this is about, honestly, in a park, this has about the same range as, believe it or not, my Blade 200 QX has, which is kind of surprising. So it's not that bad, you know. It's just not great. It's not something that you want to go really, really far away with. You know, you want to kind of keep it on the closer side to you. But I really do like this quadcopter. I'm gonna go ahead and turn her off. It's a unique design with these motors, and they don't feel too bad right now. Actually, they're not super hot. They're a little warm there. They are pretty warm, actually. I'll take that back. This one's pretty hot, and it could have something to do with my props as well, probably. You know, the props being unbalanced and chipped up. Might even be from the shaft being bent a little bit, because you can kind of see these nuts when it's spinning. They're kind of a little bit off center, but all in all, it actually handled the crash not too bad, considering this, you know, this big hollow shell of a body. And the funny thing is, you know, it kind of dawned on me when I was looking at this quad the other day. It looks just like the Wakira Scout. I'm even right down to the controller is like a direct copy of the Wakira Scout, which is funny. Alright guys, hope you liked the video. Peace out.